One of the reasons why many things are so messed up in this country is things like abortion. Chelsea Clinton, Hillary Clinton's daughter, says that the abortion of 60 million babies has helped the U.S. economy. She declared her public support for the Roe v. Wade Supreme Court ruling at a pro-abortion event Saturday night, where she was the keynote speaker for the Rise Up for Roe event. I mean, come on, Rise Up for Roe? Okay, she basically highlighted the supposed positive effect Roe v. Wade has had on the U.S. economy since its enforcement in the early 1970s. She said, in quotes, "It is not a disconnected fact that American women entering the labor force from 1970 to 2009 added $3.5 trillion to our economy," right? Clinton bellowed. I don't even know what that word means. The net new entrance of women, that is not disconnected from the fact that Roe became the law of the land in January of 1973. So I think whatever it is that people say they care about, I think that you have to connect to this issue. From what I gather, it's like she's saying that from this time frame to this time frame, when women started getting into the workforce, all of this money came about, and it just so happens that that's when abortion was enforced. So because there's a mathematical formula that can calculate the amount of money added to the U.S. economy in the years since abortion became legal, she's basically saying that abortion has had a direct impact on that number. It makes me sick, Julian, that the murder of millions and millions of babies have become a celebration for economic increase. But all of those babies could have provided a much more substantial economic increase and would have provided so much more value to our world if they weren't aborted. Ben Shapiro stated this perfectly, in my opinion. Unborn babies are individual human beings, explaining the moral horror that is abortion. If the baby is outside the womb and you stuck a knife through its chest, you'd be charged with first-degree murder. You kill it in the womb, and we call it a human right. That's not a human right because a baby is a human. But you've decided that it does not have any human rights because you just decided that its rights are less important than your right to your own convenience. It's despicable.
You know, I just got one last thing to say
No,
on this.
add to
What's
it.
crazy is when you talk about abortion, most of the time, the male perspective, it's thrown out of the window unless you're saying, oh, pro-abortion. Whenever you have the conversation, they say, well, what about the rape victims? This is always the thing. So it's like, oh, okay, you're trying to produce an argument for why it should be accepted. I hope that each person that does this to a woman is convicted and even castrated. But when it comes to this, if it's supposed to be something that's supposed to protect these women from having to deal with a baby in their womb that is the product of a rape, then why are we celebrating abortion in totality?
It's despicable.